What's going on, nerds? I'm back with another video today. I know, it's like, oh, he's consistent again. But today we're gonna do a deck review. This is episode 2, I believe. Episode 1 was Butter Spice. For you don't know, deck review is now, basically archetype annals, but for decks that have never been meta or just rogue. So like Butter Spies were definitely a deck, is definitely a deck, but they've never been meta. Today is Melodious. They did have a few tops, I believe. I can't really remember. But today we're doing Melodious, so let's go ahead and get this started. There is 20 cards in the archetype as of right now. I believe this is including the OCG support. Pretty sure, yeah, 20, so that's, yeah, so there's only 20. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. For the 2 level 8, well, one's a level 8, one's a level 9. Mozarta, the Melodious Masterer, it's a level 8 fairy, light with 26 attack, 2000 defense, and once per turn, you can special summon one light fairy monster from your hand. You cannot special summon except light monsters for the rest of this turn. It's a good card. You're only gonna really play the big one, one of each of Mozarta and one Soprano. No, yeah, Sofina. Sorry. You're only gonna play one of each because maybe 2 Sofina or 2 of this and one of the other ones. Not only is it's usually going to be 2 Sofina though, because it's a trade-in target, and it's pretty decent. But you're definitely going to at least play one of this. This card can help you OCK. Obviously it brings out a monster from your hand, and it can, it's really dangerous, because, and one of the, I believe it's, yeah, Bloom Diva is the one that needs a Mastera. I mean, those are only 2 big monsters in the deck, so yeah. You need these to make, you have to play these if you want to play this. And for Bloom Prima, if you just want to make Sherbert, which is probably one of my favorite of the 3, you don't really need to play these, but if you're going to play one of each, you have to play some of these. Moving on to Sofina. It's a level 7. Oh, sorry. Mozarta is the trading target. So you're gonna play 2 of this and 1 Sofina. This is level 7. I'm sorry, I'm so stupid. Sofina, the Melodious Masterer, Fairy Light, level 7, 23 attack, 17 defense. Once per turn, you can target 1 light fairy monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You cannot activate non-light monster effects during the turn you activate this effect. That helps recoverability and helps you to recycle. However, this is level 7, so you're gonna have to send to the grave and call the haunted, monster reborn, or some way to bring it out. Other than that, it's pretty decent. I mean, that's, like, if you want to normal summon this, fine, but I wouldn't suggest it. You're going to lose 2 monsters for it. It's an okay card. You're probably going to only want to play 1, because you don't really need this one. This one's not a named, Bloom Prima is, I mean, yeah, Bloom Prima, the big one. This one is this, I mean, these 2 right here, Bloom Prima and Bloom Diva, they're the ones, like I said, with Mastera in the name, so you have to play these. You don't really need either one of them. You could play just one. Technically, you could just play 3 Mozarta, and then play trade-ins, or you could play 2 Mozarta and 1 Sofina. It depends on the ratio. It depends on what you're going to play and how many of each of the fusion you're playing. But, I only really play 2 Mozarta and 1 Sofina, and then I play like a trade-in or 2. But that's probably a bad ratio, now that I actually sit back and read it, think about it. But, moving on for the deck. Elegy, God damn this name. Elegy, the Melodious Diva. It's level 5, light, fairy, 2000 attack, 12 defense. Special summon monster, Melodious monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. This card is special summoned. All fairy type monsters you control gain 300. This is actually pretty decent in the long term. There's a lock with this, with Aria, that says, if it's special, your Melodious monsters can't be targeted or destroyed by battle. Elegy says, so they have to destroy it by battle. And there's another one that you really don't, I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, but there's a lock with this one, Aria and Elegy. You're only going to want to play one of this though, because it is searchable, and it's a level 5, so it could brick if you open it up and don't have a way of special summoning it. But it's still definitely worth playing, because it's part of a lock that's just, the lock is really ridiculous. And it gains 300, so it goes up to 23, and Aria with, and combined with other cards, it can go up to super high. And with Honest, it's just ridiculous. Moving on, Opera, the Melodious Diva. This is the this is the level 4, sorry, I'm a little bit shy. This is level 4, light fairy, 23 attack, 1000 defense. It cannot attack the turn it is normal summoned, or flips face up. Now it's a weird text, but whatever. If this card is sent to the graveyard for fusion material, you can activate this effect for the rest of this turn. Melodious monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Yeah, this is really only going to be used in your turn. So you can crash and do some shenanigans with the battle phase, possibly. And card effects, obviously there's enough protection in this deck already that's just added bonus. You're probably only going to play 1 or 2, but I don't generally play this card. There's enough protection from battle and card effects in this deck that you just really don't need this. If it could attack, I'd probably play it, but since you can't attack with it and you have to special summon, it is a good normal summon, don't get me wrong, but it's just, I don't know, it's not worth playing, in my opinion. My favorite main deck monster of them all is Aria. It's just the prettiest. She's so pretty. The art is so pretty. It's so nice. Aria, the Melodious Diva. Level 4, 16 attack, 12 defense. While this special summon card is on the field, Melodious monsters you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by battle. That's really good. Evenly matches this, so that's kind of sucky. But Aria goes up to 21 and 24. It can get really high with some of these other cards that gain attack and all that. This card's just really good. You're going to have to play 3 of this. It's just too good. And technically you can Ties of the Brethren in this deck, which actually is a decent idea. Because some of them gain effects off of it. I mean, if you ties this out, and it comes in with its effect, which is pretty retarded. But yeah, this is definitely one of the main monsters. Solo, the Melodious Songstress, level 4, 16 attack, 1000 defense. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, you can special summon one from your deck, except itself. This is actually the Cyber Dragon in this deck. You're also going to want to play 3 of this. Or at least 2. This card is just really crazy. It's literally, it floats. It floats into any Melodious, which means you can bring out the, literally all of them, and that's just pretty good in my, that's just pretty good. This deck could be a lot better if it had been given a little bit better support, more support at least. Supports are great, good for a deck like this. But yeah, this card is just bananas. You're definitely going to want to play 2 or 3. Playing 1 is just not even going to ever be good. Because, I mean, it's just, I mean, it's a free special summon from the deck. I mean, that's just too good not to pass up. Moving on to the God, there's a lot of level 4s, I forgot. Sorry, I'm still getting back into it. Cannon the Melodious Diva. 14 attack, 2000 defense. If you control a Melodious monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon one cannon this turn, this way. You can target one Melodious, change its battle position. This card's pretty good. You're going to play one or two of this. This is actually pretty decent. I played two of this. It's a special summon from the hand, which acts as a link material if you need it. This whole deck just has really good level 4s, and that's one of the favorite. That's back in Duelist Alliance when we had everything before Master Rule 4. This deck probably would have been a lot better if it had the new fusion card, which is Osinisto, whatever it's called. You definitely gonna want to play 2 or 3, maybe 3. I wouldn't suggest 3 because I mean it's only once per turn. You can special summon it like it, but definitely it's pretty card. It reminds me of Lapis from Steven Universe. So yeah, I like it. I love the card. It's definitely a 2 of, at least. Soprano, the Melodious Songstress. This is the fusion. This is the Fluffle Owl one. This is the Fluffle Owl of the deck. When this card is special summon, it's 14/14. When this card is special summon, you can target one Melodious in your grave, except Soprano, and then add it to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. Once per turn, you can fusion one Melodious fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion materials. This is pretty good. It's the Fluffle Owl. It lets you fusion summon without having to play Poly. Although, you really don't need to play Poly because Ostinato is just really ridiculous. If you do want to use this, you can. This is probably going to be a 1-of, or 2-of possibly. There's just so much like synergy with this deck you can do. There's a lot of support you could play with this deck just because it's light fairies and because Ties the Brethren is a thing. What's it called? Transmodify is really good in the deck too. So yeah, this deck just has so much potential. I will do this. I will probably do a YGOpro Duel Series episode on this whenever I get a deck complete of this. But yeah, and yeah. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to the second to the last of level 4s. Jeez, I feel like this is taking forever. Tam Tam the Melodious Diva. I already don't like the name. Tam Tam is just pretty stupid sounding. It's 1000 attack, 2000 defense. This card is special summon while you control Melodious. You can add one Poly from your deck to the grave, or grave to your hand. This card is sent to the grave as fusion material. You can target one Melodious. It loses 500 attack, and if he does, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Yeah, this card is not, like, this card would only be played just for the special summon to add a Poly back. You could also play Refusion Recycling Plant, but I wouldn't. It's just, you definitely have, like, a really good fusion support card we're getting for that deck. And you have Soprano anyway. I mean, you could just cut this and just play 2 or 3 of those Soprano, honestly. The burn is stupid because, like, this card came out in Clash of Rebellion, so it's like, there was a lot of, like, random burn stuff in that set. And this was one of them. I just don't understand the comprehension behind why they made this burn. Moving on to the last level 4s, this is my 3rd favorite Melodious. Serenade, the Melodious Diva, it's 419 defense. This card can be treated as 2 tributes with a tribute summon of a fairy type monster. After this card is special summoned to your side of the field, you can normal summon one Melodious during your main phase. So the thing with this card is you need to get it into the grave as quickly as possible, which means it's probably going to be a 1-of. You technically can Ties the Brethren this out, so you can technically play 2. And then you can just normal again and just go off from there and have a 4-card field. And then just have on it. There's just so much good support for this deck. I really want to build it, but I'm waiting for the fusion card. Anyway, the the next extra normal summon is good. You could also technically play Brilliant Fusion Engine in this. I don't see why you can't. It's works good. I mean, it's synergy. I mean, it gives you another normal summon. This deck really works off special summons though, so that's a thing to consider. But yeah, Serenade is definitely a really good card. And it can be treated as 2 tributes for Mozart or Safina. You're probably not gonna use it for that. You'll just use it for the normal summon, but you have to special summon it first. Moving on to level 3. The only level 3 in the deck, Sonata, the Melodious Diva, 1200 attack, 1000 defense. If you control a Melodious monster, you can special summon this card. While this special summon card is on the field, all fairy type monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense. This card is bananas. You're definitely going to want to play 3 of this card. 1500 attack to everything, including itself, is just fucking ridiculous. That means this goes up to 27. That will go up to 41, which is insane. That will go up to 38. I mean, that's just freaking ridiculous. And then if you have Elegy, it gains another 300. So that's just, this card is definitely a 3 of. If you don't have 3 of this, you're probably just not playing the OTK build. Or you're just bad and don't realize it. Or you just can't find this card. But you should definitely be playing 3 of this card. Next, Crystal Rose. It's level 2, 500, 500. Once per turn, you can send 1 Gem Knight or a Melodious card monster from your hand or deck to the grave, and if you do, this card's name becomes that sent monster's name until the end phase. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 1 fusion monster from your grave, special summon this card in defense, and only use this one per turn. I don't play it. You can play it, but you shouldn't play it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's okay for what it is, but it's a level 2, and it just has no synergy. It's a rock. That's literally light is the only thing. It's not even searchable, for God's sake. It's actually searchable in rock, so that's it. Moving on to the other level 2, which basically acts as a what's it called? I can't think of it. Score the Melodious Diva, level 2, 200. Wow. During damage calculation, if a Melodious monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand to the grave. Change that opponent's monster to attack to 0 until the end of this turn. It's pretty good, but you shouldn't play it still because it is a level 2. You'd have to hard draw it because you don't want to search it. I mean, it's just you already have enough pieces to OTK. I don't think you really need to play this card. Anyway, moving on. I want to hurry up and finish up. Ostinato! This card came out at the time of recording and uploading this video. If you control no monsters, fusion summon 1 Melodious fusion monster from your extra deck using 2 monsters from your hand or deck as fusion materials. During the end phase of this turn, destroy that monster fusion summoned by this effect. And if you do, if all the fusion materials that were used for its fusion summon are in your grave, you can special all of them. This card is fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. You better be, when this card comes out, if you play this deck, you better play 3 of this card. It's not even once per turn, which makes it even crazy, but it has the if you control monsters stipulation. So that's a thing. This card's pretty fucking good. Yeah, you have to play this card. I mean, there's just no denying that this, I mean, like, it's a Shaddoll fusion, and at the end of the turn, you just bring back your monsters for free. I mean, that's just pretty fucking good. Net spell, which is probably the best that we have currently. If you control a monster, special summon 1 level 4 lower Melodious monster from your hand or deck. You can only activate once this point first movement solo once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters during the turn except Melodious. Even with the restriction, it's pretty good. It's really good actually. It helps you start your advantage and lets you special summon some of the the ones with the effects when they're special summoned. You can't special Elegy, but you can special everything else. So it's pretty good. Definitely play 3 of those, or 2 at least. Although 3 would probably be a better card, just because. Top deck you can get when you have no advantage is actually pretty good. Fortissimo, whatever you pronounce it. Once per turn, you can target one. It's a continuous. Once per turn, you can target one Melodious monster you control. It gains 800 attack to your next standby, even if this card leaves the field. You can send this card to the graveyard. Fusion summon one Melodious fusion monster from your edge of deck using the monsters you control as fusion materials. This currently is the only fusion card we have that's a spell for this deck that is actually archetype right now. This card you can play, you shouldn't. You should just play Polymerization instead, or find other ways of fusion summoning. Preferably Soprano, technically, since it's searchable and you can synergize and find ways to special summon it. This card could be good. I have never played it, but I have sided it in and play tested it, and it's okay at 1. You're not really gonna have a problem drawing it, but you do have to have you just have to have everything. You have to control everything to fusion summon it, so you have to flood the field, which this deck does great, so that's not really that big. But it's just the fact that it's a continuous spell. If this was a normal spell, it'd be really good, but unfortunately it is not. To the last main deck card, I'm gonna try to finish this before 25 minutes. Melodious Illusion. It's a trap, obviously. Target one Melodious monster you control. This turn, that face-up monster you control is unaffected by your opponent's spells and trap effects, and it can make a second attack during each battle phase. This card is just really good. It makes it unaffected by spells and traps, which is just bonkers. By your opponent's spells and traps at that, and it can do 2 attacks. So it's a little slow, yeah, because it's a trap, but I think it's definitely worth playing 2 or 3 of. This card is just, I love this card. It helped OTK, which this deck can definitely do, and it just makes sure it guarantees you your attacks are gonna go through, at least without having to worry about spells or traps. Monsters maybe. Anyway, the 3 fusions for now, and then I have a little bit of news. Bloom Prima the Melodious Choir. It's a 19 attack, 2000 defense. It's a fusion level 7. 1 Melodious Mastera and 1/1 Melodious monster. This card gains 300 attack for each fusion material used for its fusion summon. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. If this fusion summon card is sent to the grave, you can target 1 Melodious in your grave, add it. So the 300 attack for each fusion summon is like the Blackwing Synchro. I can't remember what it's called. It's pretty good, but you don't want to send too much stuff, with it, because then you'll just run out of advantage. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Combine this with Melodious Illusion. That's 3 attacks. So that's pretty good. That's actually really bonkers. That's 57. That's 5,700 damage in just 1 card. This fusion summon card is sent to the grave. You can target a card and add it back to your hand. Melodious card, of course, monster. Yeah. So after main phase 2, you link this away, and then you just add back a card, or you fusion summon another card with it, monster with it. That's pretty good too. This card's actually really good. You definitely should play 1 or 2 of all of the fusions. But Bloom Diva is the boss one, per se. Moving on to Sherbert, level 6, 24 attack, 2000 defense. I got 40 seconds. That's not gonna happen. 2 Melodious monsters. It's the easiest to make, so you're probably gonna make this first. During the player's turn, you can target up to 3 cards in any grave, banish them, and if you do, this card gains 200 attack for each. This can only be used once while this card is face up. That is a fucking good effect, because it's quick effect, and you can banish cards in either player's grave, which means you can disrupt plays while gaining attack at it. I mean, it can only be used once face up, but, I mean, you're gonna definitely play 2 or 3 of this. This is the one I always play 3 of, just because it has a good effect to banish cards in my opponent's grave. Which is fucking ridiculous for Cross Souls. This is when it came out. This was ridiculous because Soul Release was still on the ban list at this point, I'm pretty sure. This was stupid back. This was stupid. Like just banish any 3 cards in any grave. It's pretty retarded. And then Bloom Diva, the Melodious Choir. Level 6, 1000 attack, 2000 defense. 1 Melodious Mastera, and 1 Melodious. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. That's really good. That's actually really good. Also, you take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. That's also good. And this card battles a special summon monster. After damage calc, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference between the original attack of that and this card. And if you do, destroy that. So this is a Shaddoll. This is a construct with a slightly better effect, but with worse stats overall, and in a less competitive deck. Like I said, this deck is just really good. If someone built this the right way, I'm sure it could top in 2018. I'm gonna try my best, because this deck just, all this stuff just looks so good on paper, and you just gotta build it right to make this deck viable. Anyway, yeah, I love this deck. Out of 10 stars, I'd give this deck, like, aesthetically, I'd give it a 9. This deck just has so many good things going for it. The one thing I don't like about it is that it's not getting more support. It's not got this yet, and it's been out for OCG for a while now. We still haven't got this. It's just like, yeah, it's still OCG, so yeah, it's crazy. We really need this card, then I'll pick this deck up. But yeah, anyway, for my new mega announcement, I'm gonna be doing another series called Deck Overview or something like that, where I go through each and every one of my decks, talk about the main deck and extra deck, see what I can add in, take out, you know, a discussion like that. Yeah, so thank you for watching this video. I know these are long videos, but I love long Yu-Gi-Oh videos. It, like, actually really, like, I enjoy it. It's entertainable. This is almost a 30-minute video, and that's insane. But thank you for watching, everybody, and, yeah. Stay tuned for more updated content. Peace. I'm just gonna wait till 28 minutes. Yeah. Peace.